comedian Dave Smith was on the Patrick Bet David podcast along with Chris Cuomo, and it was glorious in so many ways. Glorious. And the beatdown that Chris Cuomo got, oh my God, it is amazing. So we will show you those clips, but I just want to encourage everybody, please go watch that entire episode. The amount of just goodness that comes from Dave Smith is like off the charts in this episode. And first, the clip that I wanted to play is not about Chris Cuomo. It's about the state of our union. And it's a huge wake-up call. I think that it is a really good shakeup for everybody to remember who the common enemy is. And I really loved this clip of him. It runs just a tiny bit long. It's like 2 minutes, and it's got the captions, so you guys are going to love it. Watch.
In a collapsing empire right now, and that's our job is to try to right this ship. But we're in a late stage empire, and that's what America is. And this rarely comes up in corporate media, but the USA is the most powerful empire in the history of the world, and we are the global empire right now. But we're in the very late stages of that with all of the characteristics of a late stage empire. And what are those characteristics? Being way too expanded militarily, being very, very far in debt, and then what ultimately happens after that? The culture devolves into decadence. And that's why things are dumber than they've ever been before. And that's why, you have people, whether it's like a gay pride parade where two guys are like slapping their butt cheeks together and then they're going, we're standing up for our rights. Like, no, you're not. You're not fighting for rights. This is decadence. When you see, if you look back at, say, like William F. Buckley's firing line, when it would be William F. Buckley going at it with Gore Vidal, okay, well, just the level of intelligence there between that and like Sean Hannity going at it with Don Lemon, no offense. There's been a significant fall off. And I think that's what's going on all throughout the country. And what's happening is that the most powerful people are trying to pit us against each other so that we're constantly fighting in a culture war so that we never all get together and realize that, you know what the left wing and the right wing of the culture war have in common? Both of their dollars been destroyed by the Federal Reserve. Okay? But that never gets covered on CNN. You know what I mean? Like I never see like a big segment about that. Hey, how come all those years having the #1 CNN show, not one segment about the secrecy of the Federal Reserve, the secrecy of the CIA? Instead, all we get from the corporate media is, I don't know, the unvaccinated, the Trump supporter, the Biden supporter, pitting Americans against each other and all the while blaming the American people for these problems. When that's just not true. Most of the American people are good people. They want to take care of their family, go to work, be a member of their community, try to give their kids a little bit more than they had. That's what, and if we had a better media in this country, they would be laser focused on the halls of power and how corrupt they are. Because man, is there a lot of corruption going on at the top here.
Yeah, it's not fair.
It's true. And I absolutely 100% agree with him. The problem is that there are so many people in this country that want to be ruled. So many people that want to be government's little biatch.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And that's problematic. And dare I say, because of all the things that he said, which, right and left, I get it. Dare I say that there are more people on the left that want to be ruled than people on the right.
For sure. Because the right just wants to be left alone by the government.
Absolutely, 100%. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone and quit taking so much of my money. Like you're stealing from me in the form of taxation. Just stop it. Stop taking so much of my hard-earned money. I mean, it's just obscene how much you take and then you set on fire. So, I mean, but there are so many on the left that make excuses for that. And they say, but I mean, it's for roads, it's for bridges, it's for infrastructure, it's for that. No, it's not.
No, it's for Ukraine. It's for Ukraine and illegals, period.
Right. Stop making excuses for the people who are battering you. They are beating you. Stop making excuses for the man who beats you, which is the government, and I wish that we could all get together and fight against that, but it's like they love it. They're like, let me bend over and let you beat me some more.
Exactly.
It's so hard,
We also need to remind everybody that Father's Day is coming before you know it. So don't delay. Think about what you're doing for the daddy-os in your life and consider just doing the easy, right, best thing, which is getting them something for Father's Day from omahasteaks.com. Show them the love that they deserve with, for example, the deluxe Father's Day gift package. It is only $89.99. You get 4 free steak burgers thrown in when you use code CHICKS at omahasteaks.com. It includes top sirloins, which are to die for.
I love the sirloin.
Oh my gosh. It includes steak burgers automatically, in, you know, not even withstanding the 4 additional free ones. It includes the boneless pork chops, which are also completely delicious. Jumbo Franks, which of course every daddy-o loves to grill up. You get their seasoning, tons of stuff packed in there for their deluxe Father's Day gift package. So think about that. It is such an easy, like, mindless thing to get, and it's so appreciated because who doesn't love steak and meat?
True.
From omahasteaks.com. So omahasteaks.com is where you want to go. Don't forget to use the code CHICKS to make sure that you get those 4 extra steak burgers in your deluxe Father's Day gift package. There is nothing better. And every dad, I can't think of a single dad who wouldn't love this. So it's a no-brainer. omahasteaks.com. Okay, so you heard him say that little quip in there when he was like, you know, it's different than Sean Hannity going after Don Lemon, and then he was like, no offense to Chris Cuomo, which just cracked me up. But he means all the offense, you guys.
Oh, he
hates CNN, clearly.
He does.
And the fact that Chris Cuomo is about to say that nothing about CNN, nothing about the COVID response was totalitarian. Am I saying that right? Or am I like having a stroke right now? Totalitarian.
Totalitarian and totalitarianism. Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So because Dave Smith had suggested that much of the response, especially by CNN, the way that they had like the counter and the way that they like would go after the unvaccinated.
Totally.
A lot of it was totalitarian. And Chris Cuomo's like, that's hyperbole. You're about to see a beat down like no other.
Your understanding of the pandemic, I don't agree. I lived it closer than you in many ways.
Oh my God.
Closer than any of you probably in many ways.
Oh my God.
And there were absolutely mistakes made. The idea that it was a totalitarian regime, that's hyperbole.
Oh my God.
All right, can I respond? Because there was a lot there, so I want to try to respond to as much of it as I can.
I didn't mean to flood the zone.
No.
Take it one by one.
We can go one by one. Okay, first of all, when I described the lockdowns that swept this nation in 2020 as totalitarian, just to be clear, I'm not being hyperbolic. When you're waking up every morning to watch your TV, to find out from your governor what you're allowed to do today, including, am I allowed to go to work? Am I allowed to have a funeral for my father? Am I allowed to see my family? Am I allowed to step outside without a cover on my face? There is one word and one word only for that, and that is totalitarianism. I'm sorry.
That's right.
That's not slightly hyperbolic.
That is right.
God,
Suck it, Chris. Yeah. Again with the wanting to be ruled. He has a selective memory.
He does.
I was involved in it more than you. What a prick this guy is.
Right? Just because he had it? A lot of people had it.
It's not even just because he had it, but I think he feels like because he was on the news, he lived it more than we did. We lived it, dude. We were the ones being like doled out that this is what you get to do and what you don't get to do. Screw you. Oh my God. What an elitist
and
jerk.
then he tries to say that he was somehow above the fray when it came to all of the nonsense from CNN about ivermectin. And so, you know, you remember how much CNN and all those ridiculous channels went after Joe Rogan for taking the horse dewormer.
Yep.
So Dave Smith goes after him about that, and Chris tries to deny it, and they bring receipts, and it's another just thing of beauty watch.
There was so much talk that they don't want you to take ivermectin. Ivermectin is the way to go. Take it. Joe Rogan got better from ivermectin. And by the way, I don't like what people did to Joe Rogan about ivermectin.
Oh my God.
I don't like it.
You did it.
No. Okay,
yes, you did.
Find the clips.
Dude, find the clips. You shamed Joe Rogan.
Find the clips.
You said he's taking horse dewormer. You and Don Lemon were chuckling at each other about it. I'll go find the clip.
First of all, you just saw the clips.
I'm
not chuckling. I'm listening to Don. But
no. The clip I'm talking about wasn't on there, and it's absolutely there. Here, do we have it? Hold on. Let's play the clip.
I love it. I love it.
Injecting drugs for animals and horse.
And people telling them to.
Oh, my God.
What person? You know, you talk about cancel culture and who to shame.
Oh my God.
Ivermectin, a dewormer, Really?
They are shaming themselves.
That's
No
what
one
it
has
is.
to shame them. They're shaming themselves.
So you're taking a dewormer right now.
This
Chris, you can't apologize for that. You weren't being clear that it was this, and you know that, dude. You're being so dishonest right now, man.
I'm not being
You were
dishonest.
talking about ivermectin, the drug. You were not talking about this version of ivermectin. Come on,
I
man.
was responding to a situation where we were told that this is what people were searching out to take, and nobody knew what it was going to do to them. Look, I'm taking the drug right now. Obviously, I don't think it's all poison.
Oh my
I stopped calling it the horse drug when, and you can not like it, CNN's chief medical officer, who is Sanjay Gupta, said to me, you shouldn't just call it a horse dewormer. There's a whole legitimate aspect of the drug. I wouldn't use it for COVID-19, but it's not just a veterinary grade. So I stopped calling it that.
So, okay.
And then it went away.
By the way, I don't know if you guys saw this. One of the best moments during the pandemic was when Dr. Gupta, who was just mentioned, went on Joe Rogan's podcast. For all the days of CNN like demonizing Joe Rogan, they send their top doctor out there onto his show, and he goes, why is everyone on your network saying I'm taking horse dewormer? Ivermectin's not. And Dr. Gupta looked down at his lap and went, yeah, no, they shouldn't be saying that.
Making people so...
It's unreal. And like, there's a direct quote. I don't know if you're going to play it. There's a direct quote from Chris Cuomo saying, "This country is about the vaccinated and those."
I think this is it. I think this is it.
Those who put them at risk. It comes out of his face. Like,
and it's in this context too. I wish this was the clip that they would have played.
Right.
These are the receipts that they would have brought. But
I really wish they would. Yeah.
In real time, it's real hard to find that stuff.
I know, but that was enough. The one that they played should have been enough for him to say, you know what? I effed up, you guys.
That's all you have to say.
What is wrong with these people that they can't say? They're unwilling. People at the CDC, people should have lost their jobs over this stuff. But at the very least, be willing to say, I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about these people that they're just unwilling and incapable to say, I screwed up, you guys. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done it. I was wrong. He cannot say that.
I mean, unfortunately, though, that's one thing that I wish Trump would also do that he won't do. Like, no one who was involved in decision making during that time will own mistakes. It makes me rage because it would carry so much weight if they would just say, man, did we ever screw that up? Right. And I promise you, I will never do it again. That's all we need to hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll never do that again. I'll never talk about lockdowns. I'll never listen to Fauci, that evil little troll, who, by the way, is now admitting the whole 6 foot thing. That just was arbitrary. That just came out of nowhere.
And he's in front of Congress today. I hope something happens with that. Probably nothing will, but I don't care. I still, I hope Rand Paul never stops until that evil little troll is in jail for all the stuff that he did.
Oh my gosh. So here are more receipts from Chris Cuomo in case anybody needs to forward these to him.
To reason and relying on lies that they would rather try poison than a real cure.
Oh my God.
The FDA just literally had to remind some Americans, you're not a horse. You are not a cow. Why? Because some are taking a drug that's given to livestock as an anti-parasitic to treat or prevent COVID. It doesn't work. At least 2 people have been hospitalized in Mississippi after taking ivermectin. It is a dewormer. It's not a COVID cure.
Oh my God.
Please don't take it.
Oh, okay. I cut it off when it was talking about the thing you were referring to, where he was like,
the country is about the vaccinated and those who put them at risk. So basically, all you unvaccinated people are just dirty people who are murdering other people. And that's exactly what they did. Night after night after night, they did that crap. You guys remember? I will never forget.
No one should.
Yeah.